Hello, once again, faithful viewers, listeners out there. This is GGK, Good Game Nights, presents Wildspace with all these fine people. My name is Ryan. I'll be running the game tonight, and there are names for everyone else that you can read. I have a few brief announcements. Number one is we have a few more games coming up very soon. This Saturday at 5:30 Eastern, we have Survivors Complex. Next Monday at this time, 8 o'clock Eastern, we have the next installment of Apocrypha. Also that week, on that Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the next installment of Tidefall. So lots of games going on here all the time. And definitely follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and on Twitch if you haven't already, to just kind of keep on top of all those things. But we have a super special announcement today. We've been running a contest for the past long time where we're going to give away a couple of prizes, including the new release from Wizards of the Coast, Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. And we hit a stretch goal, and so we actually threw in an extra prize on top of that. We're also giving away some GGK decal stickers, which you can see right there. Oh, they look amazing. But I'm here to announce to you the winners tonight. And the winner of the I'll say the runner-up, even though you're both winners in my eyes, of the stickers. We have Joseph has won themselves some stickles, so congratulations. But the main prize of someone who has just picked this book, I think a different cover than this one, but this book, which is very cool. Let me try to find. There's this. I don't want to. Maybe I shouldn't spoil it. Nah, it's fine. There's like this one 2-page spread in here. Actually, it's not going to show up on my camera anyway. Don't even worry about it. But it's beautiful, and you're going to love it. And who, you might ask? Well, I'm glad you're asking me, because I know it's G-Master has won. G-Master. So really worked hard for that one. So I'm glad it's coming to you. And I'm assuming that's just sending out like on the 29th, like thereabouts. So I'm sure we'll be in touch with shipping information to both of you. So first off, thank you for participating, and thank you everyone who participated. We will likely run more contests very soon. So okay, so without maybe a little bit more ado, does anyone have anything to add to anything before we get going?
I do.
Yes.
It's giveaway related. For the giveaway, if our two winners could, because I'm pretty sure you're both on Twitter, could just DM the GGameKnights Twitter with your shipping information so we can send your prizes to you as soon as possible. That would be the best way to get that to us.
All right.
Amazing. All right. Well, everyone, it's that time of the double week again. And let's see. So much like last time, many light years away, Hazim had been working as a Concord telenet courier for about 12 years now, guiding his vessel back and forth through the arc streams. His first year, he remembers the awe he felt, drifting amidst the swirling cosmic energies. It was the closest he ever felt to God, if there were any. But over the years, it grew tedious to fly from one void to another, to meet another tedious courier, sit in space for hours on end together as each vessel traded data, footage of commercials, soap operas with noodle-nosed actors sneezing on each other in a way that seemed forced to Hazim. which is why he started reading. And over the years, he read more books than he ever thought he'd care to. And eventually, he began to wonder if perhaps he should become a writer himself. When she appeared. The old courier he had met for years was gone, and here she was in his place, with his old route. Every ninth day, their schedules overlapping out in deep space. They would meet, their crafts spinning in a gentle orbit around each other, as their nodes uploaded news reports of galactic markets rising and falling, and bizarre holiday movies. Hazim didn't read so much anymore. He listened. She was a talker. And there was no more pleasant sound to his ears than to hear her talk about her home, purple mushroom forests and lime green oceans, families that sounded intimidatingly large. But Hazim could never know enough about her. Which is why today he showered and trimmed his hair, and he also bought a flower, or maybe it was a potato. The vendor was a little ambiguous about it, come to think of it, but in either case, it seemed like it would be something she'd like. And so it sat in his console in a little jar of water. But when he arrived, something was different. She was quiet. His cheeks flushed as he rushed to put on a hat. But as the feeds came in, he realized it wasn't his haircut, nor did it have anything to do with what he would later learn was definitely a potato. It was the feeds. Concord newscasters sitting beside images of terrifying swarms of creatures flooding out into space. No sound, just mute images of Concord military scrambling, shouting orders, particle cannons firing arcs of green and blue bolts, creatures evaporating into yellow mists. Then names. Long lists of names. Pictures of fallen soldiers. So many names. Images of civilian vessels fleeing. The ticker at the bottom reading, "Civilian heroes fight back. Save 300 lives." As a ship flies by the screen, the name Arcturus 8 on the hull.
That's us!
Images of the Arc stream snapping shut. The Grand Admiral Hecla speaking the words invasion and unknown force and difficult decision. And Yuval declared a null sector. Pray for the souls of those left behind in the dark. Hazim didn't know that the cameras cut away without showing the monolith that had slipped through. Hazim didn't notice the name Commander Cooper Cashew on the list of the fallen.
Good.
Hazim didn't know that in Yuval there still existed another arc stream. Hazim only knew that moments ago she had slipped her hand into his. And back on Shamash Mendir, we join our crew, who is taking a moment of respite to rest up and do many different things. So let's, who to start with? Let's start with Gwen. What would you like to do? So I can offer suggestions if you like.
I would love to hear your suggestions.
Okay. Actually, let me change my mind. I'm gonna change my mind. Okay. We'll get back to you. Let's start with Rachel, who after you all have been kind of enjoying yourself on the patio of this restaurant, which actually isn't so much of a restaurant as much as just someone's home that they've like opened up kind of a side wall and opened up to their own kitchen. And there's not so much, there's less commerce when it comes to like the food here. It's very communal and there are just many people from the people that come and go. But you all are sitting out there, and the night's kind of winding down, and as much as there can ever be night here. Rachel, what would you like to do, knowing that Uline might be waiting for you?
Yeah, I probably say goodbye to my friends temporarily. We'll let them enjoy themselves in the city, and I think I make my way alone to Woodlines.
All right. So as you approach this old road that you've walked many times before, what kind of home do you see?
I think, like many of the homes in at the temple, I think they're small, mostly giving room for the temple itself and the worship and the people that live here. So I think Uline probably lives fairly close to the temple itself, indicative of the amount of time I think her family has spent in Shamash Mandir. And I think it's a simple, probably square, stone-faced building. Probably, I'm imagining more sort of Middle Eastern architecture, built to withstand the heat, open windows on the sides. A simple sort of one-story kind of hut, almost. But I think that Uline would have a colorful sort of drapery in the entryway in lieu of a door, and probably the front of the building is hand-painted. It has been touched up over the years from dozens and dozens of people and kids and come through and paint on the front of the home at her behest.
And I think some of those paints are mixed with minerals that respond to the particular like radiation of the star. That when at certain distances that the asteroid passes through, like they will change color or grow brighter, and kind of giving it just a glow at certain times of the day. And it might even be how some people can tell time. Just the way, like the colors that the paints go with this mineral that they infuse into it. Okay. So, do you just walk in? Do you knock?
I think I just walk in.
Okay.
And I probably, as I pull open the curtains and stick my head in, I say, "Mother, are you home?"
And when you walk in, you are immediately greeted with a familiar scent of whether or not it is your favorite meal. Uline believes it's your favorite meal, and she has prepared it for you.
I probably smell that, and I assume I see her cooking or preparing that, and say, I wish you hadn't gone to the trouble of all that. I feel like I've eaten so much in the past few hours that I've been here.
Quite you, as she puts a spoon towards your mouth.
I taste the food and nod and say, "Do you need any help?"
No, please just sit. And she's just beaming just to have you around, and she you see like your mother doesn't have a lot of finery, but you notice that like the bowls that she's selected are like her nicest ones, and she's just gone through a lot of care to kind of make a small little moment with you, do you talk about anything with her? Or is there anything you want to talk about? Or, I mean, she will probably just ask you 1,000 questions, but...
I think we probably start with anything I didn't cover over dinner and maybe got interrupted with. I fill in the rest of the gaps with the story and everything that I did. I think I probably emphasize my time on returning home, or to what was my former home on Fulman. And I talked to her about seeing Yarn and Sith and meeting them and the relationships I had there, and then again filling in some of the gaps in the more personal details from before.
Great.
But depending on how the conversation goes, I think eventually I kind of turn to what happened at Yuval, and probably after we've ate a little bit, maybe begin confiding a little bit more of that in her.
Okay. What do you? What specifically are you talking to her about? Like, I don't know if I want to play out the whole conversation right now, but maybe if there's like a specific specific thought that you'd like her feedback on, or even just comfort. If that's what you're looking at for.
I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a spiritual comfort from somebody who has been sort of my mentor since she rescued me, and also comfort of a mother figure. But I think I focus on, or sort of the conversation probably shifts to the moment when we were on the speeder and leaving the station and seeing the people dying and having the urge to jump and not, and having the urge to throw myself into the fray and the sacrifice and spreading the light and failing to do so, and then the mark that appeared soon after, and my sort of my wavering in this moment.
No. I think she looks at you just with concern and sympathy. I think she doesn't know exactly what to say. She will just say, "You did everything you could do." Sometimes that's just the nature of tragedy. There is, and I think we can kind of fiddle around with the timeline of when this happening, but I think so the way the telenet feeds go, they travel at the same rate that you all travel. Basically, they can only go one sector at a time, so there's no people watching live television sectors away. It just it takes a while to trickle out. So she may have seen some of this, what you're describing, or just images of it, which you've noticed have been very carefully edited to not show certain things. And yeah, she's like, I saw what happened there. There was nothing you could do in the moment, but whatever it is your purpose is, it's not, obviously it's not over. There still might be something that you can do to make sense out of all of this. This is a dark time, a dark moment, and that's when we need the light to shine.
I understand that. It's just the way that everyone has looked at me since coming here. I'm a hero. I save people. And when I was finally given the opportunity to do so, I failed. And you know me. I can't lie, even to myself. I want to tell myself that I did what was necessary. But I don't think I can.
There is no one alive, now or ever, who is proven to be immune from failure, Rosh. Before the sun can rise, it first must have set. Don't carry just the night. Light only makes sense, only has meaning in the context of the dark. This isn't just a truth in life, but it's true within ourselves. Yes, you are light hallowed, but you carry with you the same failure that everyone else does. But what will make you unique? What will make you special? What will make you a hero is what you do next. And I believe you can do great things.
I want to believe that too. I'm sorry I'm putting all this on you.
Please. I'm a mom.
The others look to me as if I know everything, that I'm not affected in this, and I can't let them see these moments. Otherwise, if the beacon falters, if it wavers, then what's the point?
Torches must be born. Perhaps instead of trying to bear it yourself, maybe you should share it with your friends. Let them bear the light with you. You are not alone, Rosh.
You're right. You're right. Needs more salt.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to get some. And I'd stand up and kind of make myself busy around the kitchen to try to distract for a little bit and kind of move away from that topic.
I think for a moment she's like, let me do, and then I think she gets the picture, and then she just like sits back there and she's like, well, I'm going to read. And she picks up the text of Edict of Incandescence. And she probably is just humming a hymn. So more so that you get the impression that she's not listening to you.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I think we can close the scene there. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. All right. So there's a few other things that are going to happen over the next few days. Let's do. Okay, I'm going to bounce around a bit. Actually, this one's a really quick one, so I'll knock this one out. Bolster. As you were looking over all those files and determining a location for, or at least an approximate location for the manufacturer that help seems to have come from, over the next couple of days, you also, Drew kind of presents some documents that he thought might be of interest to you, which shows some schematics that were made from the manufacturer. He was trying to like find more information, like maybe getting a better a sense of where it might be. And the documents themselves didn't have more data on that front, but but he thought maybe you might find something useful. And indeed you did. You did find something towards the end. You discover, if I can pull my notes. All right, you see a bunch of schematics that seem familiar to you. These copyrighted design schematics, they have a certain style of how the pieces and the workflow functions together. Strange, kind of, not strange, but definitely unique stylistic choices. And they all seem to be originating from something called the Bellwether Institute. And descriptions of the organization are pretty vague, but from what you can gather, it seems to be something like a think tank. But the schematics, they seem like something that Sam would have made or had a hand in. It reminds you of certain things that he did with the trucks back home. And there was something about his style that you haven't seen it anywhere else, and it just strikes you as odd.
Huh.
And the Bellwether Institute seems to be located somewhere in the Kaunas sector, which is KAA Nus.
Okay. I don't know where that is in relation to any of the other sectors I know, but
all right,
we will find it out.
Yeah, we'll go to the map later when we get to that point.
That's incredibly helpful, though.
Okay. Here's another thing that happens. Pace. And I'm kind of assuming that you are like getting a bunch of stuff done, and like kind of every once in a while, like someone will get like basically Julia finds you, Pace. And
hello again. It is so good to see you again, Julia.
She doesn't really look at you. She's like, just kind of like glance around. She's like, yeah. Can I see your tattoo?
Fine. And I'll like take off my necklace and my pelt and like pull my armor sleeve down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. She's like, you wanted to know more about it, right?
Yes, I very much did. Yes.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure that I remembered the symbols right. She does a big sniff as she says it. So here, and she like gives you like three bundles of scrolls.
Oh,
kind of, and they all and the scrolls smell quite bad and pungent, like they like a sulfur or ash or something. And you're like, that's a devil mark.
Yes, you were saying something about that before.
Yeah, or it's at least it's styled like one. Yeah.
Okay. Is that bad?
I don't know. It's whatever it is. It's kind of a. It's. Do you know about them? I don't want to explain them if you already know about them.
No, that is why I'm asking. I do not know.
Oh, okay. And sometimes people ask questions that they already know the answer to.
I did not do that.
And I don't. There's sometimes they do it to make themselves look smart or something. But no.
I'm not, though.
Oh, okay. Well, devil mark is a kind of hell casting. Yeah, it kind of binds a complex spell directly to the soul of a devil blood.
Okay.
Yeah. But they have layers. They have different meanings, and the meanings have different effects. Yours is kind of complex. Lots of going on there. There's and she kind of like reaches up. She can't even get close to you, but she like points up.
I'll kneel down.
Okay. You kneel down. She like presses a stubby finger into different spots of your tattoo, And so, bulwark, another gasp, slow soul, taste of blood, hunter killer, murder home. I can't say that word. And peekaboo. But yeah, there's a lot there. And do you want to say anything? Actually, I'd like to cut you off.
Pace has no idea what to say. Just like probably opening her mouth and then like closing it, like trying to like contribute, but then just like not.
Read, and she hands you like several scrolls.
I can do that. Yes.
All right. Are you gonna read them over the next few days?
Oh yes, I am.
All right.
Unless my party needs me for any reason.
All right. I'm gonna put a handout in your thing.
Cool.
And you can share it with people if you want to, but
cool.
But actually, did I do it right? Can be edit. Oh, I didn't put it in your journal. I just let you edit it. And I'll take away the edit part. Okay.
Thank you, Julia. That is very helpful. I was being sort of sarcastic earlier when I said I was happy to see you, but really, I am happy to see you now this time.
She says she sneezes without closing her mouth.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
And I'll just leave and go read.
Okay. All right. Let's do a scene with multiple players now. See, I'm kind of bouncing around. Let's do Vincent. You want to approach Bolster and Pace?
Yep, want to get them somewhere to talk about things Ocelot related.
Okay. I want to put Gwen in this scene, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
I mean, I could put everyone, but I'm just let's just do everyone. It seems really silly to leave one person out.
Yeah.
Bye, Rosh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do everyone. Where do you want the scene to take place? Do you want it to take place on the ship, or you want it to take place out in the town?
Yeah,
in the temple.
On the ship. We're probably eating some of Kitty's lasagna right now.
Okay. So it's happening in the mess hall.
Yep.
Okay.
/ war room, because this
Sure.
is kind of war room stuff.
Yeah, making war on some Ritz crackers.
Oh yeah.
All right. As you all kind of are doing what you're doing, maybe you're like fixing the ship, maybe you're restocking the stores, maybe you're eating, or just passing through, sitting down, playing cards, any of those things.
I'm reading.
Oh, you're reading. Okay, cool. Like the scrolls are kind of.
How many tables do we have? Or
let's
maybe
say
I'm just in a corner, just like sprawled out. Wherever I am, I have bad posture.
I kind of want to say 3, like 3 tables of 4 or something like that, but they're all like really close together. It's like a really small office lunchroom. You know what I mean? Okay.
Well, I'm using one of them.
Cool. And Kitty is working on making some snacks for you specifically, because that's where you've been hanging out there for several hours, and he's just continually bringing you snacks. And super excited about that. So carry on.
Okay, so gather everyone into the mess hall, and I bet y'all are wondering why I've gathered you here today. No, nothing quite that serious, but I've just been doing some thinking, and for the audience's benefit, this is probably the day after Vincent had his revelation with the help of Father Ramon regarding his memories. So these questions will be mostly for Pace and Bolster as our resident Ocelot experts, but I imagine this information will be useful for all of us to know. So obviously, Bolster, you are to some degree a creation of Ocelot, right? I'm generalizing a lot of things here with that, but
buddy, if I don't rightly know, honestly. I mean, I guess I am, but maybe. Well, here's what I'm trying to say. Back home, we don't like that's not a part of my history or anything that I learned.
Sure. And I mean, but based on what you know now, with Pace's help with her organization, you know now that. Or hold on, maybe this is Alex getting mixed up. You were working on an ocelot world, but you're not necessarily a genetically modified species of ocelot.
Well, now that you bring it up, it does seem that way. I mean, it is a little strange that Mambatu is so perfectly designed for farming, and I know that ocelot terraforming is what they do. So, I guess they could have created the planet and then the mouse folk with it. It's just kind of hard to believe.
I get that. I guess cutting to the chase. Based on what you two know, what is the nastiest creature and genetically modified beings that Ocelot has cooked up? Just how, to what extent have they made species that you know of?
You can have fun with it.
So there were like 2 questions in there. Like how much and one in particular, yes? This is what you ask?
Yeah. How many species out there are, Ocelot trademarked, and what is the most unnatural thing you know that they've made?
Well, honestly, like I haven't been with the Tales for that long. I haven't really dealt with a whole lot of ocelot creations besides help and friend and yeah, that's about it. So Pace, maybe you know a little bit more.
Well, very many for the first part of your question. I do not know them all. Ocelot is very large, very widespread. But as for you say nasty things, well, there is this one planet, mostly water, I heard of, where Ocelot had the creature very large, many different things inspired it, made it for destruction purposes. Something I would never want to encounter. I assume this is what you mean.
Yeah, I suppose something along those lines. Just...
What else does it do, Lindsay?
I'll let you know.
DM takes notes.
It's also part beholder, and no, yeah, I guess, yeah, and that's good to know in case,
But why though?
Well, guess I probably shouldn't dance around this. Had a conversation with Father Ramon the other day, and he was able to help me realize a few things. I've mentioned in the past how my memories of home are a bit fuzzy. And obviously, there's the weird stuff that happens around me. And I'm not sure how much that last bit is related to this, but I got some flashbacks of me being in a research facility that, the scientists there seemed ocelot. And so I guess I don't know if that means I am a creation of theirs, or they found me and did something to me at some point. I don't know if my magic is a result of their experimentation. There's lots of things that I don't know about now, but Ocelot is responsible for at least part of it.
Wait, Ocelot had a part in your life too.
I just learned this yesterday, but seems that way.
welcome to the club. And I will put down my scrolls and then just like give him a huge high five.
And you break my arm with my strength.
Not that strong. That would be the win.
Yeah, but so, fortunately, I was also able to remember or see a planet. So I think I know where to go to find this facility or some answers. So that's something to add to our to-do list, but probably on the back burner compared to finding this cult meeting place and stopping them.
Tell me, where was this planet? Like, what sector is it in?
The Soraya system.
Soraya system.
Planet Amos.
Is this
Ocelot is everywhere.
Question, Ryan, is that system more of an outlier system, or is it like in the center of things? You know what I'm saying? Like one of the more like out there, wild planets, more civilized.
Yeah, it's closer. It's closer to where you're from, sort of. I mean, it's still a ways away from yours, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but have I heard of it? Have I been there?
What do you think? Do you want to have been travel there? Yeah, sure.
Well, it depends on what it's like. Like, if there are any beasties there, then maybe I went to go try and find out information about or try and save.
I think you've probably been to the sector.
Okay.
Maybe not to this particular system.
Okay.
And so it's pretty wild out there. There's really no Concord presence out there. It's real loosey goosey. You have to like really watch your back. It's
speed.
It's about your speed. Yeah.
It's the real Wild West.
Yeah.
It's the Wild West of Wildspace. Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of the Wild East. I can bring you all to the thing actually, so you all can see this. Music might change, but
ooh. Oh, it just got super intense.
Soraya, you say, I have been there. That is good system. Did enjoy, yes. Do recommend 2 thumbs up. I give a thumbs up with both hands, or like one of them is like the claw hand, so it's like a weird thumbs up.
Oh, I thought I was muted. Sorry for the typing.
Yep. So yeah, that's a thing that, as I said, I would like to look into at some point, but again, probably back burner compared to stopping a cult.
Pace is just like nodding heavily. Yes, this is thing that I support that I will help you do, yes.
Oh, and also just because, I do tend to think of the worst case scenarios, what with my magic stuff. I suppose there's now a non-zero chance that I may be a sleeper agent for Ocelot, so just putting that out there.
Yeah, I could see that. That could be something they can do.
Ryan's face.
It still wouldn't be. It wouldn't be the strangest thing that's ever happened to us.
It wouldn't even make my top 10 list, honestly.
And just for context, I don't know if it matters, but the Soraya system is actually quite close to my home system. Funnily enough.
Small universe.
Where are you at, Gwen? Where's your home?
Titanus.
Titanus. Okay. Oh yeah, and honestly, the Bitry system, where help is from, is right on its way to Soraya, so that might be perfect for us. Also, it might not be exactly on the way, but the Canis system, kind of over near the south side of the space. There might be something involving. I've told you guys about Samathes, haven't I? Not the robot, but like.
You mentioned him to me. I don't know how much you've told the rest.
I don't remember. I started nodding like I knew, but I don't remember if I know.
Well, just so I'm clear, my old instructor Samathes disappeared a long time ago, back on Mamatu. I thought he was dead, but he could possibly still be alive. Remember when that necklace thing exploded and I started getting some weird things in my head and started being able to see things ahead of when they happen?
Yes, where these come from. I just poke her in the cheek where like his glowing markings are.
I think we all remember that very clearly.
So I thought I heard Samathes talking to me just for a split second. And I don't know, I have to look for him. But it's not top priority. But if it's on the way, I'd love to look for him.
This is also a thing that I support very much and will help you do, yes.
Thanks, guys.
I don't mean to flame on anyone's parade here. Oh god, I need to not make jokes around the...
Kitty, we'll take a look at your voice modulator after this.
How soon are we hoping to head towards Ardent?
Well, we've got repairs on the ship underway. Those started yesterday or the day before, whatever our timeline is. And we got quite a crew working on it, so we'll be flat-worthy in, a few more days, maybe.
And then the idea is to head straight there. Is there any reason why we'd go anywhere else first?
I don't think so.
I imagine it's the most pressing.
I agree. I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page. I'm going to see what I can get from the temple to help, but I don't know if it'll be much. We may need to find somewhere else to outfit.
Well, luckily, we do have some resources. We could add some things to our ship. I know we need a gun. And honestly, we could add on a snub fighter. We could outfit the cargo bay to hold an extra ship. Just something small.
If I could make any suggestions, and I'm not as tactical as maybe some of you are, it seems to me our biggest priority is being able to move quickly and quietly. We're never going to be able to match the firepower of what we saw there on Uvol. We couldn't. There's no way. But if we can move quietly enough and quickly enough to get to where we need to go and avoid detection, I think that's much more useful than a gun will be. Just a thought.
I think you're right. That and maybe a better shield would probably be a good way to go.
Some sort of cloaking, if we can find something like that.
Yeah. I say, we take a little time and look around.
And then once we get to Ardent and wherever we're going, that's going to be another beast in and of itself.
We could probably use a little bit more firepower on the ground too. If y'all want to look around for, I don't know, maybe some more guns or something, that might be a good decision.
But I can only fire one weapon at a time, though.
That's true.
Outfitting ourselves is not a bad idea, though.
Mm-hmm.
She's not in the room. I'm not going to throw her in the scene, but also Eleanor would like a loadout.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I picked out some items for her if someone can, because she lost all her stuff and all her money at Burgle Plomps. If someone can like spot her 500 gold, she can get everything she needs.
Easy.
Okay. All right. So wherever that's coming from, mark that off, and I'll kit her out.
But I like my bow, though. Do I have to change weapon?
I don't think it's necessarily changing weapons. It's just making sure you have the best available to you.
Also, right now, let's split the funds a little bit because some of you still have your starting gold. So let's just go ahead and split the party fund. We've been talking about doing it for a long time.
Yeah. How much do we have in the party funds? Because
a good amount. I don't know if anyone
like so.
It's on the
much.
Arcturus. Yeah, it's like a lot of money.
Yeah, I think I have 40 gold pieces.
I have 10.
Okay.
I've got 22.
I have no money.
I think I did all the math somewhere, but it's not in this sheet. if you want to sell, if you want to liquefy all your assets.
Which I think we still have some of the gems listed, but I know we got rid of the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
And
I think we talked about the gems. None of those are useful to me. I'm gonna have to buy some other gems with those gems.
All right, so here I'm gonna post this into I'm gonna post this into Roll20, and I'll read it off for the viewers.
Mhm.
Actually, and also throw it into the sheet itself too. I'll just put it at the bottom. That didn't work at all.
It's way more than I thought.
Yeah.
It's so
Holy
effing much.
crap.
All
Yeah,
right, so I'm going to read it for the audience real quick. So they have 128 empty bottles, which for some reason are worth a gold each if you go by the vial and the PHB. So they also have 600 copper, 3,000 silver, 1,547 gold, 60 bars of platinum. I'm going to butcher all of these gems names, but let's just say, I'm just going to skip over about 700 gold of gems. A blaster pistol worth around 500, a blaster rifle worth about 750 gold. They have so many pounds of golden chains, like I think 400 pounds of chains, which is worth about 4,000 gold. They did not sell the sarcophagus yet, but so when you throw something into your scenes as decoration and say oh yeah, it's a gold sarcophagus, the players are going to pick it up and they're gonna keep it. So that's a little DM notes, everybody.
Make them out of tinfoil.
Yeah, exactly. I should have said gold plated is what I should have said, but I did not.
Yep.
So that's worth about, it's 2,000 pounds right now. If you melted it down, you would get 20,000 gold from it.
So point of order, Ryan, we briefly did that just kind of pseudo off screen. I think.
Oh, did that happen off screen already? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
we got 30,000 for it.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that's right. I
right.
forgot we did that. Okay,
Thanks,
yeah.
Josh.
You're right.
So yeah, this bullet point list is mostly matches what you have, but that is also slightly more accurate.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep.
So, if you want to just however, I think just for simplicity, just split it 5 ways, and then if you want to all go in on something for the ship, then you can figure that out later. But just to make it quick. Yes.
Can I, for myself, before we split everything up, can I just have some of the empty bottles, please?
Yeah, I think for the most part, Vincent was the one hoarding them to melt down and
Could I just
turn into jewelry.
have
But
a
yeah.
few?
There are probably still at least 100.
Because I can make potions and put potions in bottles.
Yes, please.
Yep.
Yay!
There's gonna be so many potion seller jokes
Uh,
in this stream now.
how many can I have?
I mean, you can probably take most of them.
I mean, I'm
That's a
sure
lot.
no one's gonna miss 100 bottles if you just want to take them all.
Great,
Yeah.
I take 100 potion
Vincent can
bottles.
get glass making supplies elsewhere.
I would probably store them in someone's room other than your own.
So how many bottles did you take?
Gosh!
Yeah, you can swap that, right? Or in the med.
You can also just use Pace's room. She literally never uses it, and it's
That's
completely empty.
I just like stashing bottles just kind of around
Around the ship.
around the ship.
How many of the bottles did you take?
100 I feel like is too many.
Fitty.
50 bottles.
Fitty.
50 bottles.
Okay.
Okay, so if we're going to be splitting this 5 ways, we should probably also make sure help gets a portion
Yes, please.
of this. So would we be splitting it 6 ways instead?
That's the way you all want to play it.
Sure.
Because I treat help as an equal member of this party.
Did you see how clean the cargo bay was?
Help does work.
I would
So
also point out, so if before we divide it, we should decide how much we're leaving for the ship. Rather than trying to divide and
Most of
all
it.
back together.
Mhm.
Because that's 38,585 gold pieces.
We should
based on
just
the gold,
retire.
and then plus 600 platinum. That's not including the copper, silver, and platinum. Just the gold straight up
Pace
So-
is perfectly happy having none. Also,
without the
you
desk
say
mask.
38,500.
I had 38,585.
I forgot. I forgot you sold the sarcophagus for so much money.
Yeah,
I'm
and
the
then
worst DM.
you are
and
not.
that's without. That's question mark for death mask, question mark for kitty, for the value. So
you're
Yes.
taking the chains and putting that into the 29,500 gold we already have there.
yeah,
Plus-
Okay, so I heard better engines, cloaking device,
Fix the railgun.
fix the road, and that's going to be a cheap one. Cloaking
then-
device is going to be expansive, but and better engines is going to be expensive, but not too bad. So, So let me price those out. You guys continue talking. I'm gonna price out a cloaking device.
Oh, and also the hydraulics are still listed as being in a yellow. green.
That's
I
true.
don't know. So getting that fixed. We already did the math and did the stuff for getting the hull fixed back up to max.
I'm sorry about the railgun I accidentally broke with one roll in session 1.
It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it.
It's not
A
like
lot of
We can
things
take-
happened in session
We
1.
can take some of my gold to fix it if you guys want.
so
I still feel bad about it like a million years later. I rolled a 9 and I will always regret it.
how much gold are we looking at if we're looking to upgrade the ship? Like, what's the total cost going to look at there?
I think Ryan's still calculating that. Or
Yeah,
asking
he's
how much
working
are we
on it.
willing?
Is that what he's calculating? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how much I want to charge for these different things.
Mhm.
Okay.
So back to the conversation we were having about gearing up, and Rosh was like, "I think we want to," or someone was like, "I think we want to have the best weapons we can have." Pace pulls out her bow and it's like, "I made this. This is the best weapon I can have."
But don't you want like a laser bow that you pull and goes pew pew?
Bolster.
I can make it, but it'll take time. You might be able to find someone selling something just like that around here.
Well, you
Holds
can
bow to
still-
chest.
You can still keep yours. I mean, no one's going to take it.
No one's taking your old bow.
having it if you do not use it.
Why not use both? I mean,
I can only
situationally,
shoot one bow at a time, though.
I find it best to have multiple weapons on you at all times.
I mean,
Sounds heavy.
if you want to
It
use
is.
that bow, then you should use that bow.
I will. Slings it over shoulder.
There was also talk, I think, of some of the rest of us upgrading our equipment. Roshel, I think, in particular, would like to be a bit more sturdy.
Yes, I think I might need some better armor than what I currently have.
There's a scene for Rush for some stuff. So some of that conversation for you, Rush, specifically, we probably should skip for now.
Okay.
Just to save time. So here's the y'all can continue this conversation in just a second. I'm going to tell you the quotes I got right now. So to fix the cargo bay door, to like replace those hydraulics because they're shot, that's going to be 1,000 gold. To replace the railgun, that's going to be 1,500 gold. Better engines is going to be 10,000 gold. And for a cloaking device that cloaks your entire ship for I think I'm going to probably run it kind of like a, like the invisibility spell. Like if you shoot while you're invisible, it'll shut off the cloaking device. And you could probably only have it up for an hour before you need to probably wait a day before you can use it again. That's going to be 25,000.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because that's some high tech stuff. Like your ship is like a minivan. You know what I mean? So like the cloaking device is going to be worth more than your ship. That's for sure.
I was
I think
imagining
it's
a
at
state.
least like a VW van.
If we sold
Like a Prius.
everything, then we could afford all of that, but we'd also like not have anything left afterwards.
Maybe.
Yeah, so-
We're scared of the cloaker.
Yeah, we can do. It was an
We can
idea.
wait a few levels
It's a
until we get
great
another
idea.
sarcophagus.
I think it's a great idea.
Yep. So my suggestion is certainly cargo door and the railgun.
And if you say yes to those two, you can just mark it off the funds, and it'll be done by the end of the 5 days.
Yes. So this is an overall proposal. So those two for sure. See how much it would cost for each of us to get the equipment that we've talked about, off stream, which we can, maybe briefly run through for the audience's benefit. But see how much that might cost, and then see how much gold we have left to see about getting the engines.
I think that's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
You
All right.
want to just deduct? We could just deduct that full 12.5, and then just divide up the rest and see if that's going to be enough to outfit us. And if we need to dip into the rest of it, then we dip into the rest of it. Does that make more sense, or just winging it?
So wait, do door, railgun, and engines off?
So just
He's
go ahead.
saying go
So
ahead and do the math and see how much that leaves us with.
go ahead and do the math. See how much that leaves us with individually, and if it's not going to be enough to cover us all individually, because some of us aren't also going to be spending all our funds, might be willing to chip in.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay.
So for the viewing audience, this might be sort of dry content, but when you're playing, it's kind of fun. I don't know why. It's like playing The Sims or something. And you're like I want that backsplash from us kitchen.
Getting stuff is fun.
Yeah.
It's
It
like
is
buying
fun.
presents for yourself, but you don't
Yeah.
have to spend real life money on them.
So yeah.
So yeah, that doing cargo door, railgun, and engines would still leave us 17,000 gold to split, and that's not even getting into the copper, silver,
Oh,
platinum.
that's with the engines?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, frick, I think we should buy some engines, you guys.
Yeah,
That's a whole lot of money.
yeah.
I just want to buy a shield.
So how much are we? And we're dividing it 6 ways.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
It's a little less than 3.
17,020 divided by 6. 28, 36, and 2/3 repeating.
And we want to... Did we already account for giving Eleanor some? Because the 6 is including help, right?
Someone has already deducted 500
Okay.
from the. Yep.
And if friend needs anything, I guess I'll buy that.
Mhm.
I don't imagine they need that much stuff. But
Friend just needs what the both of you need.
great. Unless they
So-
want some nice shoes or something, I'll buy them.
Oh, I forgot about this. There are some incredible cobblers in this city that they while there's a bit of so in a population that for the most part is very austere, and there are small niche audiences who just really want something pretty, something nice, something
Diggory?
functional. Yeah, Diggory hangs out there all the time. It's I think actually Diggory works at this store where that's the shoes are part
Talbot?
of the store. Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah, you can get yourself some fancy shoes. Pretty much whatever you want, they can have it, and you can get it customized because they have just incredible crafts people here.
I've been barefoot for so long.
Yeah. Okay. So while you all are doing some math, let's have a scene with Rosh and Ramon for a second. Is it Ramon?
It's been said so many different ways.
I've said it every single wrong way.
Hold on, let me think.
I think it's Ramon. I've heard you say, but you might have said it wrong that one time.
Ramon, I think, is the way I was going with it.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with that.
Okay. All right, because
It's not Raymond. Basically,
It's not Raymond. It's not Ramon. It's
Ramon.
Ramon. Okay. So, yeah, you meet up with that homeboy, and
I'd like to, if possible, have Gwen with me, because I
Okay.
think I would have been showing her around the temple.
Perfect.
but-
All right, yeah. Describe that walk throughout the temple. What are you showing her?
I think I'm just doing the tour. I assume that we've already seen sort of the main worship area. I probably show some of the reliquaries and some of the private prayer areas. I'm trying to think of good terminology, but I can't. I think I'm just walking her around and showing her some of the pivotal points of worship. There are probably some statues and other iconography around the temple that people worship specifically, and so I think I show her some of that as well. And I'd probably also take her to the container, the box that holds the soul of Helios in it as well, because I think that's actually in a primary sort of central focus point of the temple.
Is this like the Ark of the Covenant?
I would tell you that is the item that made me light hallowed. It contains the pure, radiant essence of Helios, and it is what I stepped into and came out as I am now.
Wow.
It was. I wouldn't say it was pleasant.
I don't imagine so.
No. But it was the pivotal moment of my life.
So worth it.
Yes. I was reborn here, leaving my old life behind.
I imagine I know maybe a small bit of what that feels like.
From what you've told me, I imagine you do. I think there are many similarities between the way we were both raised.
Mine is not quite so beautiful as yours. It's very dark on our planet.
Oh. There's, as my mother reminds me, there's beauty in darkness as well. Potential. I'll show you more later. I think we should speak with Father Ramon. Ramon. No, I'm saying it wrong.
We'll just call him Celestial Father is fine. So, sorry, I just given Father was my father's name. Call me Celestial.
He was hiding on the other side of the relic.
It's like a game.
Oh, you found me.
Father, I was. We're just rolling with this now. I was hoping to speak with you. Some of my companions and I are looking for. We're looking for assistance. We're going to see what we can do to help, given the situation that transpired in Yuval. I don't know. I know there's not much to provide here, and if you could simply point us in the right direction, or provide us any aid possible.
Well, I've definitely put. Drew and Julia are working around the clock, trying to find anything that they can. We've produced we found some things, but come with me to my office. The both of you, please.
Of course.
And he slowly, old man walks over there, and kind of gestures for a couple places for you to sit around his desk. And he produces a few old-looking tomes. He's like, well, we have found some things, but I'm afraid this text has been deemed heretical. And, I'd be happy to tell you what's inside. Of course, knowledge is, of course, free to all, and we don't ban texts, sort of. But I do want you to know that we've looked over this, and anyway, I probably should have Drew walk you through this a little. I will call for him, And time passes. And we can say that Pace is with Drew when Drew gets the message that he's been summoned to the father's office. And Pace, you hear that message as well. He's like, Julia, hold it down for me. Gotta go. Big guy's calling. So are you
calling you?
No, not the big one. Just the big one. Old one. I should have said the old guy is calling me, really. I mean, everyone's, look at me. I'm like 2'2", all right?
So the celestial father, then?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, I come with you.
Are you, is that okay?
I'm doing it anyway, so...
All right. Okay. Come on with me. I'll show you the way.
Okay, let's go.
I have to ask: is Drew a worshiper at the temple, or was he a temp? He doesn't seem very into the whole church thing.
He was raised in it, and he knows how to thrive in it. Just to give you some backstory, but he is more interested in just the accumulated information that they have in the libraries, and that's he's less mired. I don't want to say mired is such a loaded word to use. He's less
devout,
guided by the reverence of it all. That's not what guides him. It's reverence for the knowledge.
Okay.
So
I was just curious.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. Celestial Father, Son of Son. All right, yeah. But he guides kind of Pace open as he kind of opens up the door after a little knock, and he's like, he kind of looks inside. And he's like, look who came with me.
Hello.
Hello, Pace.
Hello, Pace.
So what are we doing here? And the father is like, I would like you to show them what you showed me. I'm not familiar with this particular language. And Drew cracks his knuckles. He's like, all right, let's do this. And then he pushes up a chair against the desk and climbs up on it, the chair, and then onto the desk, walks over to the book, kind of ups up. He's like, all right. So this is heretical. Just saying. It is known. Take it with a grain of salt. And also, there's a lot of references in here to other works that we don't really have here anymore. So I can't verify. They were kind of lost on the Lightbringer, But okay, so this was written from the perspective of one of the ancient cults of the Three, as they like to be called, I guess. Let's see. Describes a great war, dawn of the universe, before time itself existed, blah, blah, blah. For eternities, the forces of creation tore each other apart. Gods, devils, titans, primordials, locked in a war of light and fire. Let's see, lots of missing pages. There's a lot. Time really did its work on this. It's kind of rotten away a bit. A lot of missing pages. Apparently, this went on for a while. Anyway, let's see. It picks up here to bring about an end to the war. The gods built the lattice of heaven. They discovered beings of pure astral energy in the process. The gods gave them form, called them angels, guardians of the astral rivers. Page is lost, la la la. Piercing the veil of the cosmos, cause a ripple, like a note, vibrating into the multiverse. Drew out the old gods, older than existence, blah blah blah. Creatures of the deep dark descended upon the everybody. Destruction. Gets a bit bleak here. Universe bears the scars of the slaughter, bright blazing tombstones, surrounded by the orbiting remains of the fallen. Okay, so sorry, most of this is pretty metaphorical, so just, forgive me, I guess. Sorry, skip. Okay, here we go. The great savior, this is the one we're looking for, Volhai, the Peacebringer, saved existence from utter annihilation, brought together all the enemies eternal into a pact against the old gods. Yeah, says something, fashioned 3 keys. One he kept for himself, giving the other 2 to his 2 most devoted followers. No names, it just says the blood and the beast. Anyway, it says the keys were made from the flesh of the greatest of the old gods. And, poetry. The old ones all like poetry. But it's pretty vague. The remnant keys. Doesn't say what the keys do, just that they're artifacts that can tap into the power of the old gods, really. They're kind of held in check and soul-bound by the sacrifice of gods and devils or something. But that's kind of all that this book has. It mentions other works in here, but like I said, most of those are kind of lost to us.
Father, would you be opposed to me taking this text with us? Even if it is heretical, I think that it could have its use, especially if it mentions Volhai.
Of course. Take everything you need. Does any of this mean anything to you?
It sounds familiar. Specifically the parts about piercing, light piercing the darkness and opening up gateways and... Well, you also mentioned something referred to as the blood, and we encountered a creature that used blood and wallowed in it. I think there may be some truth to this text, even if it is misguided.
And I think just there's just a look of concern and a little bit of surprise and horror, but mostly just concern. Just like, of anything that we can do to help you and your friends.
I've actually a couple of questions.
Of course.
Well, one large one and a lot of others. You haven't told us why the text is considered heretical.
Well, from what we can tell, the source itself was from a cult of the 3. They were a questionable source, I must say, and they seem to follow beings that thrived on blood and butchery and destruction. Their followers would go, I don't want to say mad, but I don't know what dark purpose drove them. The texts themselves, it goes a little bit counter to what we believe of. It makes implications that the stars themselves are the scars left behind by devils and angels who've died. And that's not very far from what we believe, but just far enough that it becomes a problem.
So, with all due respect, Father, do you consider it heretical because it's a lie? Or because it's different from yours, from your book? Do you think it untrue?
I want to be open to new information. That's part of what the light is illumination. And it's possible that we may have been too hasty. It may just be it may be truth just cast in the wrong light. Perhaps we were too quick to mark it off as heresy because those who believed this, they committed terrible acts. But you've given me something to think of.
I only mean it doesn't mean that what they saw didn't happen.
No. I believe that it can happen. People, right? Perception is a tricky thing. But the way it's presented makes a big difference.
We'll find the truth of it.
I pray that you do. This may be more important than I realized.
Thank you for sharing it with us.
Of course. You said it's a second thing?
I did. The blood and the beast. Does that mean anything to you? Or Drew, to you?
To me, no. These sorts of entities have colorful names for the most part. Blood and the Beast, I mean, I could keep looking. Beast gets thrown around a lot. Guys can apply to a lot of different sources, really. Blood as well, I'm sure. There's you'll find everyone, you're looking at there's the Blood Devourer, and there's the Blood Beast, and there's the Beast of Blood, and there's Bloody Mary, and lots of different. The list goes on. A lot of people, blood is a popular thing, I guess. So, beast less so, but it still comes up a lot. It's a pretty popular way to describe something that someone kind of wants to come off as badass a little bit.
Thank you, Ruth. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just remember. Oh, am I not there? No, I'm not there. Never mind. Carry on. Y'all would remember something.
Bolster astral projects into the room.
It's
Stephen
fine.
Strange style.
Yeah, I'm just posting something in chat because you guys would probably remember this from Atkari.
Yeah.
The Blood Witch.
Yeah. I'm going to look over this a bit more and see if anything else resonates with what we've experienced. It might give us some clues to follow in seeking out these children of All High.
I think there's something that we can offer to help you in this.
Anything.
Well, if you pardon me, I'll fetch them. And he hobbles over to an alcove on the other side of the room. Kind of leans in. You hear kind of a shuffling aside of kind of wood, scooting across wood, and papers getting shuffled. And Ramon comes back and places two things on the table before you. Let me get the descriptions really quick. One of them is an ornate black iron rod with prisms affixed to an end. And the other is also seems crafted from a black iron. It's warm to the touch. And it's some sort of device embossed with sigils of stars all about it. It's like, this is a light guard. It's one of the vestiges that the Kindled Ones wore when they set out to protect the Prophet Baral. Most of them are lost with the Lightbringer, but this one remains. And it should go to you. And this also is the it's called Soul. It's a radiant spear. And I hope that it brings you through dark situations as you spread your light.
I don't know what to say.
Say thank you, Kitty and Joseph Heckler.
I'm not going to say that because I'm going to break character if I say that.
That's fair enough. I'm less tied to my character. I'll make it through all right. To the great old light gods, Joseph and Kitty, who died in battle.
We named our kitchen utensil or kitchen aid as a her god.
This is Kitty spelled with 2 T's.
Oh. Thank you both.
And Joseph with 3 F's.
I think I run my hand across them. I'll wield these and we'll see that the light prevails. Thank you.
Of course. What I want to do, because the just in case the light gods Joseph and Kitty are watching, I think we should describe these wonderful things, and which I'll do, and then we'll go to break, and then we'll come back. But you have Light Guard, which is kind of like you put it on a little bit like an amulet, kind of fixed to your chest a bit. And using a bonus action, you can activate the generator, and it creates multiple bands of semi-transparent photokinetic plating that wrap around your chest and arms, offers superior protection without compromising mobility. You get 15 AC plus Dex modifier max 2, resistance to radiant damage, which I think you might already. No, you don't actually. You also get disadvantage on stealth checks once it's activated, because it produces a hum and dim light that emits from it. Gives you a couple an action. It's called Overcharge. As an action, the Light Guard overloads emitters, enveloping the user in a fold of pure light energy, producing an explosive flash of blinding light. Any creature within melee range of the point must make a con save against your spellcasting DC or else be blinded. A creature blinded by this ability makes another saving throw at the end of each turns, blah, 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 once per short rest. You can deactivate it with a bonus action, and it removes all benefits and detriments, with one exception. Whether activated or deactivated, if you're attuned, you can cast Dancing Lights at will. And the Spear, Shoal. Soul is a +1 spear. deals 1d6 radiant damage. Unlike regular spears, this is a finesse weapon. Let's see. Yep. And if you don't have to be attuned to it to get that bonus, but if you do attune to it, you gain an extra ability called Reflect. You can use your reaction to deflect radiant energy when you're hit by a ranged weapon attack that deals radiant damage, like lasers or blasters. When you do so, the damage you take from that attack is reduced by 1d10 plus your dex mod plus your level. If you reduce the damage to 0, you can make a ranged attack at a target of your choice as part of the same reaction. You can make this attack with proficiency, regardless of your proficiencies. Once you use its ability, it's once per short rest. So you can knock lasers back into people's faces.
That's sick.
Sick.
So, cool. So once again, I don't know if it was made clear earlier, but these were gifts from Joseph and Kitty. So thanks y'all for that. I'm going to get to a point where I drop the items in the same session that they're given, but thanks for being patient. Okay, so we're going to take a quick 10-minute break, and we'll be right back, party people.
Bye.
Well, hello, everybody. Champos, we are here again, hopefully in time. If not, I'm sorry, we'll do better in the future. But we announced a bunch of contest winners earlier this session. So congratulations once again to G-Master and to Joseph Heckler, who have won a copy of Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes and stickers. But they're all very cool. I hope you enjoyed them so much. Follow us Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all the places. But we're gonna hop right back in where the gang is in a room with the Celestial Father, whose name is quite slippery. Rosh just received 2 brand new items in order to aid them in their quest. And yeah, take it. What's next? What happens next?
I don't have anything else specifically. Probably turn to Gwen and Pace. Is there anything else that we need while we're here?
I had a couple of questions for Father, but
Yes.
unrelated to heresy and terrible world-ending beings, I suppose.
Well, don't
Sure.
be so sure about that.
Oh, hello, Vincent and Bolster. Welcome to the party.
Nope, I used that with the message cantrip. I'm not there.
Okay, bye. If you'd like to speak at another time, I'm sure we can. If not, please feel free to ask me whatever is on your mind.
We can give you some privacy if there's something you need to speak with Father in private.
Oh, wait. I don't mind if you stay.
If you're sure.
Pace, where did you get that food?
Am I not supposed to eat in here?
It's all right.
There wasn't a sign saying I couldn't, so.
No, just most people just kind of get the idea. But I'm.
You'll pardon us, Father. Pace and I come from very different homes.
I understand. We bring and welcome those from all sorts of backgrounds and worlds.
Am I supposed to share? Do you want some?
What are you eating?
Apples. Space apples.
Space apples.
Yeah.
I would like them apples.
Oh, okay, here you go. Look. Some of them are a little bit soft. I've had them for a little while, but still good.
Cheers. And Celestial Father, maybe there's like a slight twitch in the eyebrow. You can say, you were saying?
Do the majority of your worshippers reside here?
Not all the time. I would say the majority of them are spread out throughout the cosmos. But they generally come here to visit quite regularly, and it's not, it's not something that needs to be done. It's not in our rules or anything, but people like to come here for certain holidays.
I imagine so. Hearing about this text, I have a concern. The Rosh and Pace know what I am, who I am, and you're a learned man. Father, I assume you've made your own assumptions, but the mention of this beast concerns me quite a bit.
How do you mean?
Well, I am a Divergent Knight.
I've heard of you.
I imagine so. Is this your cat?
Yes, I'm sorry.
He's very friendly.
Yes, that one is called Nameless.
That's a good name, I suppose. Anyway, very distracting.
They like attention.
Where I'm from, any sort of entity called the Beast is very sort of important to my order. And Drew mentions it's, a lot of things are named Beast and Bestial and all of those things, but it just concerns me a bit. My system has legends of titans and all of those things, and curses and things that come from an entity called the Beast. I don't know if it means anything to you, but maybe it would at least comfort me a bit to know that it doesn't.
There's nothing that I know of right now of that. I mean, of course, I've heard of curses and I've heard of different groups out there, but how does this manifest? What? And please feel free to speak plainly with me.
In myself and my sisters, it manifests as lycanthropy.
I think probably there's like a barely perceptible flinch on his face. I think Drew, like, his eyes widen, but it's not necessarily in fear. It's like, But continue.
For us, it's a choice. But the legends and the stories go that our curse comes from one of the Titans. The Beast. You can see why the connected threads would be concerning.
Yes, I can. Is that all you know of the beast? Is the curse you've accepted? Do you think there's anything more that you or your sisters might know?
I don't know. All I know are the stories, the legends. I'm sort of looking for enlightenment wherever I can get it. Roshel has been a great source of that for me.
They tend to do that. I see that you are troubled by this. But take heart. There's goodness in you. If there weren't, you wouldn't be here. Roshel is quite discerning. I wouldn't doubt yourself. But that is not to say that you should not question yourself. If there's truth to this, any sort of connective thread, maybe it is worth uncovering more. But I can see on your face you're worried about being something that you're not. Roshel is the light hallowed. I have full faith that they can lead you to the answers that you seek. Or at least provide assistance.
And you accept all kinds here.
We do. Look at Drew. It's like, hey! Yeah, that's fair.
Even mine.
And I think Father gets up and he kind of walks over to you, and you're just on the other side of the table or the desk, and he just like places a hand on your shoulder and he's like, of course. Any who would seek the light are welcome here.
That's comforting. Thank you.
Of course. So should I still be here? I kind of feel like
Did you like the apple though?
maybe it was a great apple.
That's what I thought.
As far as space apples go, that was top 3 def.
Agree.
Yeah. Where did you get those? Did you go bring those? Or
Yeah, I brought them with me.
okay, you'll have to let me know the section you picked those up from.
I will. I have to give you back the scrolls that Julia gave me anyway, so...
Oh, you already got through them?
Oh, I'm still working on it.
Okay.
But when I do...
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go, because this is... Y'all keep talking, of course. Enjoy your time. Good to see you, Father. Light Hallowed friends. Great to see you.
Yes, that is me.
Finger gunning out of here.
Bye, Drew.
As I said, all kinds.
I like him.
I also quite like him.
He's very good.
He hasn't changed.
As much as we try, no. But still quite good.
I suppose we should speak with the rest of the group and begin to make our preparations. Get everything else we need.
You've been quite quiet.
Yes.
You seem like you have something on your mind. Am I mistaken?
Are you still taking questions?
It's a big part of my job.
Okay. So, one time I died, and then...
Say what? No. Sorry. I think that in reality, I think Father just like looks to Rachel is like, just like, what?
I was the one that brought her back, but yes, she did unfortunately perish during one of a fight that we had some time ago.
I got better though, so it's okay.
Remarkable.
But that's not what I wanted to talk about. That's like not the important part though. So, when I was dead, well, there was this guy, and he opened a door in heaven apparently, and like stole everybody away. And that is not good. So, do you have any thoughts on that? Like, bright, shiny gates in heaven that people are like, oh, that looks so good. But then they're like mosquitoes and they're like, zap, and they're somewhere else.
I don't know very much about your afterlife, certainly, but most in general. I know some theories, but even the greatest sages don't often traverse back and forth between life and death. So what happened to you is very rare.
Yeah, I don't really talk about this much. Except for here, I've talked about it like 3 times here. I have to keep bringing it up again.
Does it weigh on you?
Yes.
I don't know much, but what I know is this, that there is a sacred bond and a power that binds the energies of a heavenly plane to its creator. It's a bond that cannot be breached. The only being who could have possibly opened a gate to access a plane that has become a beacon and haven of souls must be the one that created it. From everything that I know, simply put, whatever led your people out is the creator of that plane.
Okay. Thanks.
I'm sorry, I can see that this probably just gives you more questions, but
Yeah.
I wish I
Because
could tell you more.
here's the thing, though. I like probably like kind of fold myself to like pull out a chair and just like put my elbow on his desk, like just gesture at him. So the guy who opened the gate, though, that was my brother, who I killed. So I know it wasn't our, like, I don't know, God, I guess.
Did your brother have this power before?
Not when I killed him. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have died.
It's... I don't want to speculate in...
Please do.
Is it possible that... Well, you're right, it is unlikely that your brother created this realm, but perhaps your brother acted as a conduit?
Okay, I mean, that's, like, an option, I guess.
Who is your god?
We don't have one. My people, we do not worship.
That... two things, I must say. What you're describing is not the afterlife of those without a god. But if your people do not worship, perhaps that is why the god required a conduit. Help of one of his people to, or their people to, create this opening.
Okay. But it did not seem like a good thing, though, when I learned of it. And from what I hear from Rosh and from other people who do the praying, is that their god person is, like, nice, though. And this thing was not a nice thing, though.
I think he looks a little sad for a moment. Just like, good people don't always have good origins. I'm sorry to say. It's... I'm just taking you at your word that it seemed as a bad thing, as you say, and it's... Again, I don't want to speak out of turn, and
I don't mind.
There are not just good gods out there. There are others. Titans, old gods, primordials, dark gods, demons, devils. I don't know what it is that created this plane of yours, but there are more gods than just the ones that Rushel and I seek after.
Okay. That actually does help, though. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I still have an apple if you want it.
I just had one before you came in.
They do last a really long time, though, so you could, like, put it in your desk and have it for later.
You know what? That's great, but I think I would forget about it.
They've really thick skin, though. They last a really long time.
Yeah, that's true, but I was actually thinking of going for a trip for a while, so yeah, do you just keep your apple?
Alright, I mean, fine. If you don't want it, that's fine.
No, it's not that I don't want it. It's just that I think you should keep it.
Father, where are you going?
And then he just kind of glares at you. He's like, no, okay. I'm breaking character just for fun.
No.
Instead of that, I think the father just like gets a, he's like, takes your apple and is like, thank you. And puts it on the desk and like gets a broom and starts to like sweep around you.
Okay, that is all I had to ask. Are we done?
Unless anybody else has any questions.
We can be done.
I look to the door to see if Vincent or Bolster come walking in.
And the door does actually like creak open and sounds like on their tech pad opens up like, oh, not the bathroom, and it closes it and like they move on. Yeah. So, was there any parting words from anyone?
Okay, I'm leaving, and then I just leave.
Okay.
I just say thank you.
Okay.
This is more of a question for Rosh, I guess.
Sure.
Do people just come and go from the temple? Could I stay for a while?
Of course, yeah. They don't lock the doors or anything. You're free to come and go as you wish.
I might stay and think on things a bit.
Certainly. Is there anything that I know we're about to go through the markets and see if we can requisition some materials. Is there anything you need?
A shield. I could very much use a shield. But
I was actually going to be looking at shields as well, so I can look for one for you too.
Thank you.
Okay. So, what's next? You all want to meet at the ship and talk more, or want to shop?
Bolster, make this magic. I give him my bow.
Yeah, I think actually first, so Gwen is at the temple for a while, I'm guessing?
Just for like a little bit.
Okay. I think Bolster probably wanders in and finds you. And says, and kind of he are you like sitting meditating?
Yeah.
All right. I think Bolster sits beside you. He's kind of awkward because he doesn't really know what to do in this situation. It's really tiny. He's like, Gwen, you doing all right?
I'm all right. Are you? Your head is still glowing a little bit.
I don't know if that's ever going to go away or not. But I'm glad your friend's back. I'm really glad. I actually wanted to talk with you about maybe making something for her. I thought would be meaningful. It's nothing big or major, but I was thinking I might be able to put something together to make sure that she doesn't, well, when she was hit by whatever messed up her head before, made it really hard for her to think. I think I can make something that will make sure that never happens to her again. Or at least not without a lot of power.
Can you do that?
I think I can, but I think I need a little bit of help on it too. And I was wondering if you might be able to give me a hand.
Of course.
All right. Good. And I think he starts to get up, and then he kind of sits back down, and his ears kind of fall back, and he says, there's another thing I've been meaning to talk with you about, actually. You remember back on the ship when things went south and you got real mad and you lost control of yourself?
Vividly.
Well, after that happened, which, by the way, no hard feelings at all. I mean, you couldn't control it, and that's all right. We all bring our own demons into things, you know? Mine almost killed Pace. Well, mine did kill Pace, but anyway. After that, I saw something when we were all in the room with you, and I don't think anyone else saw it. It was a great, terrible face, and it was grinning, and it was like a something scary hanging over you. And I don't know. I just worried about you. And I want you to know that if you ever need to talk about stuff, I know, Rosh is here and wonderful for talking through things, but if you ever want to try and work on it, maybe study it more, well, I'm here, and I can study, and I want to be here to help however I can.
That's very kind of you. Also, I consider you a friend. I do want you to know that I chose to be this way.
I know. But also, it scares me when something can take control of you. Like that isn't you, you know? I really always want to be in control of everything. And I just figure, I don't know, if there's something you don't know that you want to know about it, I'm sure that we can all work together and get to the bottom of it. That's all. I don't really know how to even begin there, but I just wanted you to know that we're here for you and we want to help as best we can.
That's very kind.
Well,
and I think it's a good idea.
All right. Well, you just say the word whenever you're ready. In the meantime, I've got some things to pick up. I think Eleanor's really going to like what we make for her. I think he just gets up and walks out.
Awesome. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go from person to person. You're going to already be thinking about what you want to buy. Like, who already has an idea what they want? You can start. Okay, everyone does. All right, then we'll go. Who's to the right of me in Twitch?
That
Does
would
anyone
be
have-
Rochelle.
Rosh.
Rosh. All right, Rosh, you can start off,
Okay.
and everyone. Oh my God!
I don't need anything.
How dare you, capitalist swine! So.
Put your name in the goblet of fire.
Yeah, be thinking about what you want to buy. Go ahead and we're not going to RP this unless there's a really strong case for doing that. But all right, go for it.
Okay. Really, the only I think two things that Rosh needs. One, I was going to look for a better shield to see if there might be a simple a +1 shield or something. But if there's only one out there, if we only find one, then I'm more than willing to hand it over to Gwen.
Okay.
I mean that she's looking for one too.
All right. Is +1 shield an uncommon item, or is that
I think it's uncommon.
Someone look it up in the SRD.
I'll pull it up right now. Well, it's not telling me what the rarity of the item is.
Of course, it doesn't. All right. Let's see. +1 shield. Sounds like an uncommon item. It's probably not. All right.
I think so, but I won't swear by it.
Yeah, I'm going to D&D Beyond. It's uncommon. All right. So, let's roll. It can be a coin flip. Basically, if it's the higher number, it'll there can be 2.
Okay.
So there's 50% chance that there's 2 of those.
Okay, so I'll just roll a D2 and
Yeah.
Nope.
So there's one. So you found one, and it's for 500 gold.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and buy it, and I will give it to Gwen.
Okay. Cool.
And that's the only real magic-y thing I was looking for. The only other things is I wanted to see if I can get some more Revivify components. I think I have 3. It's 300. It's a diamond worth 300 gold pieces.
Okay.
I was hoping to get at least 2 more to have 5 in total.
Okay. Jeez. All right. Yeah. Sure. Go ahead and mark it off. And just for and some of these purchases might happen a longer journey up to Ardent. If it's something a grenade launcher, which is probably not available here. We can say that you found a seller on the way to Ardent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then the only other thing, and I already marked this off before because we had talked about it beforehand, is I wanted to get some ruby dust worth 100 gold pieces. And what I do with that is I take my spear, so I still match my character art, and I take and I actually take the wraps off of my old spear. I probably give that to Uline and have her keep it for safekeeping. And I take my old the leather wraps and the cloth wrap off of it, and I put that on the new spear.
Nice.
But I also take the ruby dust and I do a ritual with that. And I cast continual flame on the spear, which then I wrap the cloth wrap over to sort of snuff it out when I'm not using it. But that is now on the spear.
Dig it. That's awesome. And I've thought every I don't know what the right number is, every number of levels to get a new round of art to reflect all the new gear that everyone's wearing and new scars and stuff. But I don't know when that will be, but I do want to do that at some point.
Really, my hope. Calm down, motorcycle. My hope with this is that it basically is the same as the old one. It's just black with the prisms at the end now, and it's got the same wrappings and stuff on it. But
awesome.
That is that's all I was going to do.
Okay, and to the right of Rosh is
It me.
It you.
Do I know about the shield?
I would have gone ahead and given it
Did
to
you
her.
get yourself a shield though?
I already have a shield. I just was looking for a magic one.
Okay. That's really all I wanted. I would also like to try to acquire some ingredients for doing alchemy things.
Okay.
Maybe like making some potions.
Yeah. Let's where's the search thing for this? Where's the Goddammit. Give me a search bar for crying out loud. Alright. Let me do Alchemist's Kit. Nope. That's not gonna work on there. Anyway, let me sorry. I should have my PHP out. Anyway, yeah. How much does like an alchemist kit cost?
I don't know. I already have the kit.
50 gold.
You already have the kit?
Yeah, I already
never
have.
mind.
I have the Sorry, I should have been clearer. I have the supplies and the kit to do the alchemy. I just lack the ingredients to potion.
Okay, what potion are you going to focus on?
I would like to. I don't know if this is an alchemy thing or an herbalism thing. I don't actually know the difference. I'm just making this up. But I would.
Yeah, we're gonna kind of play a little loose with it. So
cool. I would like to healing potion, please.
Okay, cool. I think. And you're proficient, right, in alchemy?
Yes.
We'll say that you can find the ingredients for like 25 gold for a healing potion, a common healing potion.
Cool.
So I don't know how many of those you want, but
a few.
So essentially, that'll just give you like half cost like potions.
That's awesome. I'm trying to do math. I'll buy enough for. So if I 25.
I thought you said 25 potions for a second.
25 potions. That's so much math. I'll spend 2.
You want just 10 and get 250 gold?
Let's do it.
10 potions?
Yep, sounds great.
Okay.
Math.
Right.
I'm so bad at math. That sounds great. That's all I want.
Okay. All right, and also just moving forward, think about weird, fun, new potions. Like we can go off book. So yeah, just think of cool things.
Just you wait.
Yeah. So I think Lindsay's below me. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So what's up? What do you want to buy?
You're muted.
Oh, I clicked it though. Freaking Zoom. Okay. So first I'm going to go to Bolster and be like, here's my bow and you get the second. Could you please make it like magic, please?
You got it.
You are the best. And I'm going to come back and like read you these scrolls. They're really cool.
I'm excited.
But I'll be right back. And then I'm going to go into town and I'm going to see if anybody has any cool armor. Namely, either studded leather +1 or adamantine armor.
Okay. So I think those might both be I'll
look it up. Studded leather +1 is rare. Adamantine is uncommon.
All right. So we're gonna. I think you can find at least one thing of adamantine for 500. But we'll roll and see if you can find the rare item.
Okay.
And
What do I do?
we'll do the same thing. Coin flip. 2, you can get. They have one.
I clicked it right. Poop.
Yeah, so yeah, they don't have a +1 armor thing.
Poop.
For a rare item though.
So could I get studded leather and the studs are made out of adamantine? Or no? Because I'm pretty sure adamantine's supposed to be medium or heavy, but
studded leather armor is like medium, right?
it's actually the highest level of light that you could get.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say no.
Dang it. Well, thank you for nothing, merchant. Bye. And then I go back to the ship.
Okay, and I mean, you could buy.
I'm really not that. I don't.
Bolster might be able to enchant your armor too.
That's true.
I think Bolster's next anyway. So Bolster, let's do some rolls, buddy.
All right.
So first, let's I'm gonna see. So you have 6 days plus, like maybe a couple, like with like over the next few days to kind of work with. So what are you building first?
I think first I'm going to go ahead and build Evelyn's amulet with Gwen.
Okay. And what do you want that to do?
Literally, I just want it to keep her charisma and intelligence at least 10 at all times.
Okay. Cool.
If that's reasonable.
Yeah. We'll say that is a uncommon. You know what? Okay. That's a good. Sorry, I just got a ping about something. Yeah, we'll do that as an uncommon item. Because that's. I mean, it's only useful against that one spell, really. Mm-hmm. So, but it's still magic. But it still protects you from an 8th level spell, so it's still good. But okay. So, all right. So I'm gonna offer. Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna offer Pace a choice. We have another loot drop that came in.
Yes.
Do you want to cash it in for +1 studded armor, but you'll still, or mystery box? Because I actually prepared something.
Oh, mystery box, obviously.
Gotta go with the mystery box.
Okay. All right. So, someone who knows that you are friends with Rosh, the Light Hallowed, they give you something. It is a strange looking pack, cylindrical, some leather kind of belt looking things on it. They hand it to you and they say, this, we found this, a while ago. We were, saving it for something, and, we don't really know why we were saving it, but we think it is for this moment right here. We think you should have it.
You just put you put this thing in my hands. Why did you do that? Am I supposed to have it?
Yes, you are. You travel with the Light Hallowed, and
you mean Rosh?
It's very familiar, but yes. Yes, you just here. Let me show you.
So it's like a present.
Yes, it's like a present. It's a gift. It's at least.
Thank you. My birthday is in like 4 months though, but thank you still.
Well, happy birthday.
It's not my birthday. I just said that.
Happy early birthday.
Okay, thank you.
And happy late birthday from earlier.
Okay, so like, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
What the?
They disappear in a cloud of spores because that's the kind of alien they are. So, that's your pace. You can give it to someone else if you want.
Perhaps. Okay, that was weird. I'll just take this back to Bolster then.
No. So, Paste comes back with 2 torpedo-shaped cylinders of red steel with yellow lights, one side with pads and buckle harnesses made of leather straps.
Guys, somebody just put this in my hands and told me to keep it, and they said happy birthday.
Oh, let's take a look at this thing. And I identify it.
You look over it. It is not magical. But you, looking over the mechanism of it, you notice that it is a jump jet. And that buckling into the jump jet provides the wearer a flight speed of 30. The batteries themselves are quite old and ancient. They have difficulty holding a charge for very long. It only has enough power for about 30 seconds of sustained flight, and recharging the jump jet requires a long rest.
Wow. I am so excited.
So what does it do? Like, what is this?
So this thing will let you fly for about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Which is pretty good for charging into a fight, I'd say. Or getting to the
Yes.
top of a building or whatever.
So, but you fly though, right?
Sam flies.
Yes.
I'm just along for the ride.
So do you want it?
No, that's yours, Pace. Someone gave that to you.
But I already jump like Grasshopper who's 6 feet tall though, so.
Give it to someone
Vincent!
else.
Hey, Vincent!
Yes.
Do you want this backpack that goes whoosh and makes you fly?
I mean, I'll hold on to it for now.
Also, maybe Rush. Ask them if they wanted to, though. But if you want it, there you go.
Yeah, we'll figure it out on our way to Ardent.
Okay. I know that Gwendolyn and I both have mad hops, though, so. Take it, please. Take it out of my hand. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna move that over to Vincent's thing. So,
Seriously, that item's really cool, and I'm not downplaying it. It's just that Pace wouldn't want it because she's a weirdo like that.
yeah. So, Bolster, you want to do what was your first enchanting thing?
I'm
Or
doing.
the income that. Yeah, sorry. All right. So roll me a D100, please.
Oh, I got you covered already. Actually,
what's the
Artificer's
number?
efficiency rolled 67.
Okay, so that's going to reduce. So I actually wrote this a little bit ambiguously. It reduces the cost to 15%, not by 15%.
Oh, that's way better. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. If in case you were worried why it got, it seemed to get worse as we went higher on the D100. Yeah. So, go ahead and roll me the maths for 15% of 500, and that's how much it's going to cost you. And you round up to the nearest 100 as well.
So that's just 75.
So we're going to round up to the nearest 100.
So just 100.
So it's only going to cost you $100. Now I need you to roll a skill check. Roll me. We'll do Arcana check.
So I actually just did one as a part of that previous roll,
Okay.
And it rolled an 18.
18. Okay, so that means that you can do up to 100 gold progress per day. So it only takes you a day to make this thing.
All right. Wonderful.
Cool. So these are got new artificing rules for this. So like basically D100 determines how much it costs, and this is like random based on like what components are available in the world for him to build the thing that he wants. And then how fast he can build with those components is a skill check. So like his intelligence can make him make something faster. So there's some luck, but also employing his skills into it. Okay, so what's next on your list, Bolster?
Let's see. Things Bolster actually wants to purchase, but I'm also looking for some components for crafting Pace's bow, or enchanting her bow. So
Okay.
I could roll for that now if you would like.
Yeah, same thing. Just D100 and then oh geez.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So not the most efficient thing, but still way better because you're an artificer. So 25%. So 200 is how much it's going to cost you. But because you rolled a nat 20, you can do 200 gold per day. So this only takes you a day.
Oh my gosh, these
I'll
rules.
I'll pay for it. Don't subtract from the gold.
Okay, fine.
Just cranking this shit out.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm a machine. Okay. Well, okay. After that, I am going to go ahead and shop for a couple things as
Okay.
well, if that's okay. I just have a little shopping list here.
Mhm.
I want to buy spacesuits for everyone, like enough
Okay.
spacesuits to where anyone, like if we depressurize for any reason, we'll have spacesuits.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a list of that stuff. I think it's like, it's not on my PC, it's on my laptop.
Is it like I forgot the word for it. When your car goes whoosh after you get in an accident, airbag. Like an airbag, but like for your head when you go out in space, so you can like breathe.
I don't know. I kind of wanted Ryan to let us know what was possible in this world.
Just about everything. I mean, if you want to skin it like that, you can definitely.
Because like if it was like a little necklace, so then as soon as you like it detects that you're no longer in like a pressurized, and it's like whoosh. That'd be pretty cool.
Awesome. Yeah,
I really like the description of an airbag as, when your car goes whoosh. It seems right.
All right, so yeah, you can get. Okay, so you can buy these things. I'll say that for most of you, this is going to make you you're going to have to wear it like light armor. So you're going to have to. It's going to instead of what you're. Okay, so. There are vacuum safe things to wear. You can get a light armor version, a medium armor version, or a heavy armor version, which are 100. And that's like 4,000. Let's just say the light armor version, because I'm assuming that this will, like, if you're on the ship, you're probably not going to be let me do this one thing at a time, because I got a lot of thoughts coming out all at the same time. While you're on the ship, you're going to want to wear these skin suits, basically. And they cost 100 gold each. These will keep you safe out in Wildspace. If should depressurize, you open the cargo bay and go out there, you can go out into space and survive for up to an hour out in space. So,
right. So I'm buying 7 of them.
7 of them. Okay. Cool.
And then after that, I would like a few of the hull sealer things where you talked about there being goop or something that you could
there's a quick foam that you can use to seal breaches temporarily.
Cool. Yeah, I would like 5 of those. I don't know how expensive they are.
Probably cheaper than that. We'll say 50.
All right. So
250.
Yeah. So okay, I've got that.
And we'll say that those are all spread out into the different rooms of the ship. So there's all of them are accessible within one person's round of movement. You know what I mean? Depending on wherever on the ship it happens.
Yeah, cool. That's a good call. I'm going to also buy a bunch of different tools, smithing, woodworking, and leatherworking tools.
Okay.
I think they're 50 gold a piece, if I remember correctly.
Sounds about right.
So I'll deduct 150. I'm sorry, this is taking so long. I've just had things that I've wanted to get for a while.
I know. We've been...
You're our artificer.
Yeah, anyway, continue.
I want to go ahead and purchase a paint job for the Arcturus. I want all black.
Okay.
Arcturus, the name printed across the side in kind of a burnt orange color. So that's happening.
Right.
If possible. I don't know how much that would cost, but
and I think to paint the whole thing, I mean, probably we'll just say 1,000. We'll say 1,000.
Sure, that's reasonable. Okay, last thing.
I'm really digging this.
I need to replace my cloak. I sold my other cloak. I need a cloak. A cloak is a very handy thing to have, especially when you're little, don't have a lot of body mass. So something with lots of pockets, preferably something magical.
Okay. All right. So are you looking for anything specific?
Please, a robe of useful items.
Is that what you're asking about?
No, I was really hoping for a cloak that allowed for me to cast Dimension Door.
What?
Sorry,
The
there's
mountebank?
yeah, the mountebank cloak. I posted about it in chat a while ago, talking about it, but
Oh, sure. What's the rarity of it?
it is rare.
Okay, so same thing as before.
I
Got
think.
50% chance of it being on the way because it's rare.
Sure. So I will 1d2. It's a 1.
Okay, so unfortunately, we weren't able to find that.
That's fine. It was worth a shot. And then also I wanted to see if I could find some force beads, but I don't know if I have time to try that.
Common or uncommon or rare?
That's rare as
All right,
well.
try it again.
All right. And I'm just going to go down the entire magic item list, if that's okay.
Sure.
To see if I'm just kidding. That's all I was looking for.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I
Yeah.
struck out, but that's okay.
Okay. Yeah. So that was another one for viewers. Yeah. So no, unfortunately, but you also have. I mean, and we don't have to figure this out right now necessarily, but retroactively, there's like 6 days or 4 days of crafting, and the way you're rolling, like that might be like 3 more items. So who
It's true.
knows?
So, do you want to plus 1 my armor, my bud? My master?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to help out with that. One moment. Let me just get my little thing going here. All right. 1d100 for the efficiency and 1d20. I really should make this a macro now that we're doing this more. But okay. So efficiency 79 out of 100.
Mm-hmm.
And progress cap 29 out of 30.
Oh, geez. Okay. So you reduce the cost to only 15% of its base level. This is uncommon, right?
I believe so. Yeah, just
Rare.
plus 1.
Plus
it
one
is
studded leather is rare.
So
Oh, it is
15%. Oh, it's rare. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 15% of 5,000 gold,
All right.
Sounds like math. I'll pay for it
gotcha.
also, by the
and
way.
it's rounded up to the nearest 100.
Yeah,
And then your progress cap, you can do 150 a day.
it's
Progress on
800. So that's 800 and one at 150 a day.
Well, dang, I think that's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is that
So it's
exactly right? So it's like
800 total.
yeah, that covers us. So that works out.
Also, I imagine that anytime Bolster's like in his workshop having to like tinker stuff, Pace is just somewhere in there, like either just like talking to him or like at this point probably like reading the scrolls. Like, so this symbol right here like points to like her collarbone. This one means apparently this, and it was just like reading to him. So he's on board.
Nice.
all right. So that kind of wraps up Bolster's shopping.
Sorry about that.
No, not at all. You got a ton done. Jeez. Artificers, they build magic items, y'all. Okay. So what did I want to do? Oh, someone wanted to possibly work in the kitchen for a little bit. Is that what I'm reading?
Yes, non-urgent scene, but also I still got some shopping to do.
Did I skip you completely? Oh yeah, I haven't finished. All right. Yeah, Vincent, what's up?
Yep. Just out of the DMG, there are 2 rares and 1 uncommon item.
Okay.
But depending on the rares, maybe skipping one of the items. So, thinking bracers of defense, which is one of the rares.
Okay.
So rolling a 1d2.
Mm-hmm.
Get the brackets right.
Hey.
Okay.
So yes, rolled a 2. So you do find those bracers on a small traveling merchant ship that you pass by as you're traveling through the stalls.
Nice. So that. Then the other rare is a ring of protection.
Okay. So that rare item is 5,000 gold.
Ooh, I might not have enough for that then.
I'll spot you.
Okay. Let's see, because 10 platinum is
The jump from uncommon to rare is quite intense, I must say.
Can I try and sweet talk my way to cheapen that price?
Yeah, we'll say let's, because we're talking loads of money here, but I'll say that you can knock it down to, like, if you're super six. Well, let's see the roll first.
Okay, so just persuasion.
Yeah, or whatever you want to use.
I don't think I can quite figure out how to lie my way to make it cheaper, but that's a 16.
Okay, 16's good. Let me roll. I never know what to roll for like contested, like for this, because I don't think like
There's not really a skill for it.
it's not really a skill for like, do I need this money?
Yep.
So I'm just kind of gonna roll for like, I don't know. I'm gonna roll a d20 plus 2. Yeah. They rolled a 13, which is rolled under you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to knock off 1,200 from that, from 5,000. So 3,800.
3,800.
Because they need the
Pace
money,
will still
apparently.
spot you.
Okay, so yeah, Pace is spotting me. So if I spend 2,600 from me, that's 1,200 from Pace for
Got
the
it.
bracers. Okay. So that's one of the items, and then given how expensive rare items are, rather than trying for the Ring of Protection, just going to look for an uncommon Cloak of Protection.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think I've been rolling in that you can find at least one uncommon item along your way. So yeah, no roll. You can just buy it straight up for 500 gold.
Okay. I'm gonna need some more spotting.
I'm here for you.
Okay. Let's see. If I spend my 10 platinum, that's just gonna need 400 more.
Okay.
Cool. So now that brings my base AC up to 13. And I think we talked about with mage armor. You had said that we would rule that those go on top of mage armor. So.
Yeah, I think so. Because like bracers of defense with, yeah, I would say those stack.
So if I have mage armor on, I have an AC of 16. Not so squishy anymore.
Nice.
Protect him. Protect him.
And the cloak is nice because this also does, +1 to all saving throws as well. So
I can't believe that that's an uncommon item like that. Like,
Right?
it's so
the cloak
good.
and the ring do the same thing, but the cloak's uncommon and the ring is not. But that's also now all 3 of my attunement slots.
Woo.
Gotcha.
Does
a ring not require attunement?
No, the ring does. So
Oh,
the
I was
ring
gonna say if
would
it didn't, that would make sense why that would be way better. But
yeah,
now
so
I don't know.
Wizard of the Coast, get your stuff together.
Weird.
Technically, you can wear 10 rings at once if you go by my logic. So
But you can only attune to. Well, yeah. Okay. Cool. So
and then I'm probably too poor for this at this point, but I still want to see about getting like a mini glass forge for the ship.
I gotcha.
My quarters.
okay.
I can also help.
Oh
and
man, I
this
don't know
also-
how much that would cost. We'll say 1,500.
Okay. Someone was saying they could spot that, but I can also
Me.
something that we can
I'm
just
just trying to make sure I did my math right, but I'm pretty sure I can still spot you.
I can help.
No,
I-
Pace
I
isn't care
just
about
like
money. Let
lots
her
of
get her money
leaves.
away.
and something that we can do a quick roll for is Vincent would like to try to sell just his trinkets and stuff that he's made over our campaign so far here,
Yeah, for sure.
Yay.
which we haven't been keeping hard track of how many of those there are really.
Yeah, I think you've done it. Like, let's say we'll give you. All right. Well, yeah. Just roll. We'll see.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Whatever you use to sell.
Or so in terms of skill.
Let's do persuasion.
Yep. So that is a 26.
Okay. Yeah, you sell all the trinkets. Jeez, they managed to convince people that this is a high art. So even like the things that seem a little warped, you make them seem like really desirable. So you sell them all, and I will say that you make for most of your stuff, you make only like 25 gold, but you managed to sell one of your items that was a little warped to like an art dealer who like pays you 150 gold for that one thing because they think you're an artist.
They don't just think it. I am an artist. But so that's 175 total.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. And then we can, if we want to, we can keep harder track of how many trinkets I have going forward.
Yeah, we can.
Yep,
that's fine.
Okay.
So,
and then someone has spotted me the gold for the forge, so that's going to be.
So
how much was the forge?
1,500.
I have 233 left. So I'll do 233.
I have 4 Gs, and I have no idea what to do with it.
Do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Can I buy one more thing that I
Yes.
forgot about? I would like to buy a nice chess set. Does that exist?
Yes.
Can I spend money on it?
Yeah, I think it's like 10 gold.
Okay, I
You
do
should
that.
also buy shoes.
Or like 25 if you want to.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about shoes. I buy some shoes also.
You want like really fancy shoes? Like,
Yeah.
Or, how many kinds of shoes do you want?
Just one. Well, no, 2.
2.
2.
Dress and utility?
Yeah.
Okay. So, it depends on how fancy you want to get. Like, there are, like, the utility shoes, like, range from, like, 1 gold to, like 25 gold. Like, the boots and everything. And the dress shoes, they range from about 1 to 100 gold.
Okay, I buy the most expensive, like, utility boots. And then some, like mid-range respectable dress shoes, because I'm probably not going to wear them that much, but, like, just in case something happens to my boots.
Okay. So you want, like for 25 gold, just, like, really nice dress shoes?
That sounds
Okay.
good.
Done.
Great, that's it. Thank you.
Okay. And we are at a time, so we're gonna end there. A lot of stuff that was done. There's a lot of like bookkeeping stuff that happened this episode. It's one of those ones. But a lot of stuff is about to happen. So and it's really good that everyone got themselves all keyed up to happen. And I'm sure you're gonna see a lot of these items get used very soon. So thank you all for watching. We appreciate everything. We appreciate everyone who got into the contest. And we'll have more of those soon. So once again, follow us on all the socials and check back with us at the latest this Saturday at 5:30 Eastern time for Survivors Complex. And thank you all so much for watching. Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye!
Bye.